It was a dark night of February 1580 when, somewhere in Puerto Rico, Sarmiento, who was a mathematician, scientist, an explorer, and an astronomer, he was also the first European to step into the Pacific, anchored his ship to observe something he saw in the sky. His journal reads that tonight we saw a round thing appear, reddish like a fire, like a shield, that rose up into the sky or the wind. These words were translated in the article The First Recorded Aurora Australis, which was written by John Simpson. At that time, Sarmiento was experiencing the beautiful phenomena of aurora. Aurora, which we also know as polar lights or northern lights, it occurs either on the North Pole or on the South Pole or nearby areas. It is usually green in color, and the color can vary depending on the area where it is appearing. I've been one of that kid who have annoying questions and could annoy her parents due to her curiosity, and this curiosity led me further in the life to be an astronomical enthusiast, due to which I was more interested towards the topic of aurora, and I've been researching on it and educating myself on it since last 3 years. This speech covers mostly that how aurora are formed, what are the backgrounds, and how aurora are formed, what is the background of aurora, and there's one more exciting fact which I'm going to tell you at the end of the speech. So let's start from the background of aurora. Quoting Eric Betts, in 1619, Galileo coined the term aurora borealis after the Roman goddess Aurora. In 1859, we discovered that aurora is a scientific phenomena. In 1880s, the basic reasoning of occurrence of aurora was put forward. So wrapping up from background from 1880s and moving towards the facts that why and how auroras are formed. So there are 3 factors due to which aurora can occur. The first factor is the solar particles that are coming from sun towards the earth. Eric Betts mentioned that, in words of Eric Betts, Earth is a giant ball of magnet with 2 poles, and these magnetic fields all around the Earth are disturbed by the solar particles that are coming from sun towards the Earth. This is the second factor. In the article Differentiating Diffuse Aurora Based on Phenomenology, the immediate cause of aurora is the precipitation of electrons and protons into the atmosphere. In easier words, when the solar particles that are coming from sun towards the earth disturb the magnetic field, manipulate it, and successfully enter into the earth, they react with the atmosphere and cause these beautiful auroras. So now we know that how auroras are formed. The next is that since every time the aurora is formed, that means the magnetic field around the earth is disturbing. So the question arises that what is the effect of formation of aurora on Earth? Every time we see the beautiful aurora again, that means the magnetic field was disturbed. And that means that now there are more chances that the cosmic rays can enter into the earth, because every time the magnetic field reform itself, it becomes weaker. Hence, the mystery behind the aurora can be quite destructive for the planet Earth. And the last thing I hope you remember, that there was something exciting I was going to reveal at the end of my speech, and that is that Earth is not the only planet that experiences auroras. According to the article, response of Jupiter and Saturn's auroral activity to the solar wind, uh, auroras can also occur on Jupiter and Saturn. I was dumbfounded and by this fact, and realized that more we know, we feel that lesser we are aware of the facts and phenomena of nature. In summarizing the entire speech, aurora can form on either North Pole or South Pole. Reason being that magnetic fields are weaker on the poles, and they are formed because of the solar particles coming from Earth towards the Sun. The first time that the occurrence of aurora was described was in late 1880s, and Earth is not the only planet that experiences auroras. So I hope I was able to provide you more knowledge about auroras, and you had fun listening to my speech. So last but not least, I would like to share a quote from Albert Einstein, that nature conceals her mystery by her essential grandeur. Thank you